It's the finals of the final weekly conquest finals between Alt Under Control and Got No Fans. Alt Under Control going to be the left-hand side. Unfortunately, we can't show you the names because of issues, but Under Control, the left-hand side, right-hand side will be Got No Fans. Thor banned out immediately. They don't want to deal with that one, correct?
No, they don't, and nobody wants to deal with Circuit ever, ever, ever. So
Again.
she's banned away too.
Even with the Cobra's Kiss nerf, I still think she'll be permabanned.
She's
really
just so
expect
scary. She's so good in the hands of a good player, but honestly, when Alex is playable, I feel like she'll be up there too. If her numbers are not like bad, right?
Yeah, but let's not discuss Wheelix because that god's just like
Just don't give her to adapting.
okay. You just don't want to give it to any top level jungler because I wouldn't want to face that. Freya going to be banned out as well. They don't want to deal with that one. The Freya pick the Freya ban not that much of a big one nowadays, but generally you pick it if you're first pick and you don't want to play it, and you want to try and leave something up for yourself. Vulcan being a prime example of one. Potential for Sylvanas as well, but Sylvanas kind of the safer option in terms of what you can. But Carly going to be taken out, which means Vulcan's going to be available this game.
Vulcan will be available. Looking at the teams, though,
Alt Under Control have a Vulcan player. I guess that's the question.
If it's Europe, so probably, yeah. Yep, they probably do.
You're calling it. Well, if we don't see a Vulcan pick, first pick, then I'm calling you out. Calling you out and being wrong again.
Come at me.
Oh yeah, I'm being wrong again for the 12th time today. You trying to look hard does not seem to suit you. You just look like an egg with glasses.
I shaved my head, dude. I will fight you.
You look like an egg.
You see this? This is a +2 to fist fighting, motherfucker. I didn't say that.
An egg with glasses. Sylvanas does get locked in, not Vulcan, so surprisingly, Cray is wrong yet again. Apollo is being hovered over right now and is back for what else they do want to pick up. With Vulcan on the table, I'll be surprised if they don't pick.
Well, there's the Apollo.
It's a long wait.
Nemesis.
Oh, no Vulcan pick from either team. Does neither team want to play Vulcan? Maybe they're just getting ready for next week. Maybe they're just getting ready for next week.
Mm-hmm.
You've gone very, very quiet now. Is it because you've not seen a Vulcan in 3 picks in the EU? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no,
I know.
I'm just relishing this. I'm enjoying myself right now.
Well, Sylvanas, Apollo, Nemesis, and it's taken a long time to pick.
Oh! Vulcan!
It wasn't first pick.
But it's a hover. They have a Vulcan player, and you can hold everything.
What am I holding? I don't get this reference of
entire
hold.
alphabet.
Hold what? Like, you guys say hold. Why would I hold an alphabet? Alphabet is a
intangible.
Nonsense.
Yeah, figure it out.
Nonsense.
You'll be figuring that out for the rest of your life. So Vulcan and Ram locked in with Sylvanas. Ram Sylvanas definitely a strong lane, and I think they've got a nice amount of stuff to follow up off of the Sylvanas ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they're looking at. It's got to be Geb here in this situation. I think Geb's going to have to be locked in just because to deal with the Vulcan knockup, you can use the shield from Geb to deal with that as well. And also it helps out against Sylvanas as well, although it does give a bit of weaker wave clear, but you've got Apollo anyway, so it's not the worst case scenario for that laning phase. So probably Geb I'd consider here, but at the moment it looks like Got No Fans are going to instantly lock in Isis. Isis, another good matchup against Vulcan. Even better after the patch.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this matchup is interesting, right? Because if you do move faster, which helps you avoid the Magma Bomb, but it's not enough to make the Magma Bomb, like, even hard to hit, right? Like, you can still hit it if you're on point with that Vulcan, but this Isis, in the hands of Sayo, could definitely punish a Vulcan player that's not on point. The Isis ultimate can do so much against him because he doesn't have a great way to get out of it if it's on top of him, and it can mitigate a significant amount of damage from his ultimate, so there's a lot going on there. It's intricate.
It's such a boring time to be a jungler in Smite. I have to say,
because you just play Thor and Nemesis?
Because everybody else gets banned. Like, look at the
Yeah.
bans in. Like, that's technically 5 jungle bans in chat right now. In chat, in
That's
the game
6
right now.
jungle bans because adapting low jungle to Zhong.
I can jungle Zhong too. I've done it before and it worked. I know
Yeah.
in the game. I'm just saying. But Zhong banned away. I don't understand. I guess the Zhong ban because they don't want to play it themselves, and obviously they're not going to pick it into a nemesis, which makes sense. So I can understand them taking it off the table. But they're up against Optics, who favors Janus anyway. So why would they not just go with Janus again? He played very, very well last game on that. He got some nice snipes off. His rotations were crisp. Even though he lost his tower, he made himself more useful elsewhere. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be that, or is it? Because that's a Hercules. That could be anywhere. That could technically be solo or support.
Yeah, technically jungle if you really wanted it, but I mean Nemesis support is not that good. Arachne hovered on. Also could be solo or jungle. We've seen both. I prefer solo a little bit more. She just doesn't really have the ganks that you want for jungle.
I'm gonna call that Herc now as a support.
Mhm.
And I think that in support against Sylvanas is not a bad matchup. It's not one we see very often, but I'm pretty sure Hercules would be dominant there because Sylvanas' mobility is so limited. I think that is going to be the support Hercules. I want to say that, and I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it and see if I'm right. If you say the opposite, then we can have the usual conversation of you thinking you're cool and
I am so cool.
Arachne and Bacchus-Saurus. So it could be Bacchus jungle, it could be Arachne jungle. It's more than likely going to be Arachne jungle, but they can switch it up based off what this last pick is if they don't like it. You look like an egg with a hangover now trying to hide it. Like,
Caught me, dude.
You
You caught
can't-
me.
egg with a hangover trying to hide it. Listen to some tunes, some Monster Cat between games. That's what it looks like.
That's what I do. Actually,
Take-
I've been listening to Marvin Gaye.
Ah.
I love his
Well-
music. Heard him through the grapevine. So Kumba Corna hovered on for the support role, which means it's probably solo Hercules.
Which means it'll probably be Bacchus solo. Hercules into Bacchus fine for the Bacca. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they could switch. That's the thing they had with Bacca and Arachne there. They could switch up who jungled. They could send Bacca into the solo. They could send Bacca into the jungle and have Arachne in the other match with. Not interesting about this Kumbhakana pick coming out from Rafa though, because Rafa's getting relatively new to the support. He's learning the role to an extent. He used to be a jungler, so he's got the rotations and stuff. But Kumbhakana is one of these gods that is out of the meta, doesn't get played very much, and it'd be interesting to see how he performs on this, considering he's not actually played the role that many times. But he must understand that Kumbhakana is a good matchup against Sylvanas, which a lot of the players are starting to realize now.
I'm not sure they have the best team composition for Kumba, right? There isn't really that much to follow up off of the epic uppercut with. You've got like the boulder, I guess, and the ice's ultimate, I guess, but I don't know how well it synergizes, and that could be a problem going forward. But I mean, our effort was on I5 with Durgius, and Durgius, if you're gonna learn Kumba from anyone, is a pretty good player to learn from as long as you don't learn the
take
first
his
4
other
levels from.
habits. You don't take his
Yeah.
other habits along with it. Anyway, guys, we'll be right back as these guys are loading into game now. They are your picks and games for game 1. We'll bring you all the action the moment they get in game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Game 1 is underway. Alt under control will be starting on the bottom side of the map, the left-hand side of the spectator UI. At the top of the map, we will see Got No Fans starting on the top side of the map and the right side of the spectator UI. Let's talk about where they're all playing. Ruben, 1-1 is going to be playing Sylvanas in the dual lane. Shaban is going to be playing Rama alongside him. In that dual lane, Maxed is going to be playing Vulcan in the mid lane. Doc Dodo, who we saw perform outstandingly well on Loki earlier, going to be playing Bacchusora this time round. I'm expecting in the solo lane. And Pakuza is going to be playing Jungle Arachne.
Got No Fans. We saw them last game with a really normal performance up until the middle game, and they had a Gold Fury,
Yo, it is.
and then they just killed everybody. What's up?
It is support Hercules.
It is, and it's
I
solo
was right.
Kumba.
I
You
was
were
right.
right,
I was right.
dude. You're actually psychic.
I'm a genius.
Oh my god, you were not expecting the solo Kumba though.
Man, my
Let's be real.
knowledge of this.
Let's be
You
real.
expect
You
Solo
were
Kumba? Like, Solo Combat actually has some good matchups, in fairness. Like, he's really good
Yeah, it
against
does.
Tyr in the solo lane. And against Bacchusora in the solo lane, that's a good matchup too, because he can peel himself off the Bacchusora that's going to try and chase him. He's got really good peel,
Yeah.
throwback, groggy strike, he's got a root, he's got an escape, he's also got a yawn as well. And if worst comes to worst, just uppercut that fool into next week and get out. But left hand side, we've got a bit of an invade coming out from Rafa and Co.
Yeah, and honestly, Hercules is the perfect character for invading in this lane. He's just going to be able to play so aggressively. Really greedy start coming out from Emilito with the Heartseeker too. Bulbuff will go over to the Apollo, and Sylvanas taking a lot of damage. Sayo's on his way in, but he can't come help. Needs to get to middle lane before he loses too much experience. The downside to invading with your mid laner is your mid laner gets very far behind.
But he's in the matchup that Germany can go in his way, but he's got to be careful now of Meatballs. Meatball 1 dodged. Now that Wingus can come back and clear out most of that wave to begin things. Now checking in with Cumber once again and just talking about this one. One of the reasons we see Cumber in the solo lane, not the mid lane, is just because he needs that blue buff for the throwback damage. Just to make sure he can, for the spam.
Dual lane.
Big pull. Big pull,
Yeah.
big, so beautiful, but there's nothing else coming out of it. But Shabon gave as good as he got onto Rafa, so they're relatively equal health, and the thing is, Sylvanas has those wisps.
And Rafa does not have any health potions left. He's got one going. That's about it. Will not find the pull. Not find the driving strike, but Emilito will find the damage. And dashing away, repositioning, playing this very well. Mid lane rotating over, finds the slow, is adapting. But there's not much more he can do here. Likely going to be able to invade speed, though, as long as they play correctly around this Arachne.
But Optics is roaming around too. Like, he's not scared to leave this solo lane. It's an interesting solo lane player from Optics and Feds, because like you normally see a little bit more in terms of sitting in the lane in the early game. Optics isn't scared to rotate at all.
And going from the invade is adapting, positioning behind the speed buff, blocking himself into a corner, and will be taking damage from the spiders. He's now blocked in completely. However, coming in, able to save the speed buff, save the jungler, but will he save himself?
Not save the speed buff, steal the speed buff. The spirit ball does not connect. He's duking out. The silence is good, followed by the slow. The disengage happens, and the buff is stolen away by Got No Fans. So, nice little play from them. They're going to be able to rotate mid lane. Experience online for adapting and Rafa there as well. So, a little bit of a lead, and that puts Arachne a little bit further behind.
Yeah, in the mid lane, Arachne only level 3, and how far into it is she? She is not far into level 3, 1/3, and adapting's halfway through level 4, so this could potentially snowball very quickly.
Well, if you think about it, he's not left right hand side. Optics is going to get hit by the ultimate of the regurgitate from Dodo, but one yawn and one throwback, and you're out of trouble once again. Still only level 4 in that lane. Left hand side, we don't find the Earthbreaker. But the thing about that thing in mid is that Arachne hasn't done a back harpies yet or her red buff. That's why she's so far behind. But that wave picked up in mid lane, plus the red and the 2 back harpies, that should bring her relatively close to level 5. But mid camps are spawning, and she is behind right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's potential experience versus kinetic experience, and I mean the thing is, there's
left.
only one mid camp up.
He's got no mana. He's going to get hit by a driving strike. He might not even have enough for a roll here, and I don't think he does. And he's just trying to juke out for that roll to come available for him, but he's ended his life quickly to Emilito. There was no real escape. He was just hoping to buy time for anything, really, in that situation. A rotation, but not today, as his team were too busy trying to deal with the mid camps, which they so desperately needed.
They got the right mid camp, and it was a 3-way split. Sylvanas, Arachne, and Vulcan getting that one. Left mid camp will almost certainly be taken by Got No Fans, assuming they have the timer there, as they did not get that at the start and swung by a little bit later. Optics in the solo lane doing very well. He's behind in experience, but yeah, I mean, I'm just interested in seeing how he builds more than anything, because that's probably the hardest part of this Kumba solo.
Oh, he's going to get engaged on by Arachne as well, but one yawn, and he can just bravely walk away. He's got to pick up a cut if he so needs it, but back in the minion wave, he's fine. Going to use the groggy strike, put the pressure back on with a throwback, and an uppercut into the sky for some nice damage. Now with adapting coming in, Arachne has to use the ult to get out. And left hand side, we're going to see a fight as Sayo chases on to Sylvanas, who's still only level 4 here. Ram is here to try and support, but so is Rafa with Alito closing in. Can they find the Earthbreaker? No, they cannot. Rafa needs some work on those. Right hand side, though, engagement under the tower, and it looks like Dodo's going to go down.
Dodo is down. Optics,
Back to
believe
left.
still having that passive up. Vulcan coming around from the backside. Should be able to find Emilito here. One more shot. That's the easy one. It will connect, but Robin getting very low. Raffer picking up that one with the big swing, knocking it out of the park. Now Sayo returning to tower. Raffer He's got a
Huck these
longer
over
walk, but he'll get there. And actually, Max could fall here. Raffer coming up behind him.
driving
Does
strike.
have the driving strike into tower. Needs position for the Earthbreaker, but he's out of mana, so he's not going to be able to get it. And that's just enough poke to send Vulcan back to lane and adapting, picking up a lot of farm here. Losing blue on the right side, though.
Yeah, bit of an invade coming out. This is going to deny Kumbhakarna some of his ability to push this lane in. He has got fantastic wave clear with the throwback. It's one of the things that everyone notices when you max it. He can clear the wave completely when it's at rank 5. At rank 4, one throwback plus a groggy strike will clear the wave completely in this matchup as well. And a lot of people say, how do you deal with Bakasura in lane? And no one really knew of a counter, but I think Kumbhakarna is a really good option here.
I think honestly he's just putting a tank there. Someone that Bakasura cannot chew through. And Kumbhakarna's like at that level of tankiness, so you can just get a bruiser. I think you can just also get a bruiser and build like a Midgardian male, and then yeah, Baka won't kill you.
So they're doing a good job of that so far. Is Optics in this lane keeping it busy. Meanwhile, left hand side, you can see Got No Fans invading the speed buff again. They had the time running. Rafa and Adapting teaming up. They'll see Sylvanas coming in here looking for it. And Rafa's just going to zone out to the best of his ability. Not trying to use the driving strike just yet. They're waiting for the hog available. Trying to bait people in, but they're getting baited themselves. Volcanal does hit. But good driving strike to get him out. Backfire does connect, and Adapting is going to go down here as well as Araki's going to continue the chase. Oh, is he really going to get out? He really is going to make it out of there.
Nah.
The snipe! Siobhan waited so patiently with that snipe. He went up really early and just waited the whole duration for that.
Yeah, I mean, he just waited for the point where either Adapting turned back into his team and died, or he just died to the snipe. Spirit Ball coming in, circle of protection. Not gonna connect though. Saya with a rare mechanical mishap.
They do get some tower pressure in the mid lane though. Once again, Vulcan under pressure.
Oh, Saya recovers.
He does. He does. I didn't even catch that. That was a shame.
He caught the lazy back. That's all it was. I mean, it was a lazy back under a tier 2 tower, but with
the minions are trying to make him
it's
pay,
still
though.
a lazy back.
Minions are trying to make him pay, and Max is trying to do that, but Raph is there now, and that low mana could be a bit of a problem for him. Earthbreaker not going to catch. He actually stutter step then, which was really smart from Vulcan, to make sure he avoided the Earthbreaker instead of walking directly into it. So he's going to be careful in mid, go good Spirit Ball, make sure he pushes the wave in one more time before he's looking to go back, because he's low on the HP now. Right side. They're going to catch him.
I mean,
wow, they are actually going to catch him with the full-on epical combo, and that's going to be a dead. Or is it? The minion. The minion block.
Oh.
Real. The minion block.
Wow.
Throwback. Throwback. Wow, the minion block was real then. Adapting auto attack. The minions did not find the kill. And Aragani can't do anything about that though, so.
The most important thing is that Baka stopped swinging when he saw the Retribution shield. If he had attacked one more time, he would have died. And I think Adapting thought that's what would have happened. But yes, it's not a kill, but it's sending him back to base. So there's still a nice little farm advantage going to Kumba there.
Rafa going aggressive again on left, doesn't find the Earthbreaker again. I think that's the story of his support life right now on Hercules. Doesn't find the Earthbreaker, because if he does, I think he'd get a lot more kills. Left and Harpies are due to spawn any second. You can already see Adapting and Sayo in position for those as they are flashing. Rafa should turn up just in time to pick those ones up. Right inside. Kumbhakarna is pushing into the tower again. Dodo's going to come around the back though with sprint this time to put the pressure onto Optics. He uses the throwback, epic uppercut, and the disengage happens. Kumbhakarna, ladies and gentlemen, Kumbhakarna.
Max is just playing so well around the range on Iraffer. Nice driving strike to create some distance, but now Vulcan ult to follow up. Not going to connect onto Raffer. Circle protection used, but not popped in time. Shaban finding Saya with the last hit.
Not popped in time indeed. Good grouping up there by Roll. What can they go from this? They're going to look for the goal here. It looks like they might, but there's a lot of wave in the duo lane to farm. Melita's waiting around the corner for him to do this. They've got a wall coverage too. The team of Got No Fans, and Rafa takes a full combo. He's dead. No, he's not. The turret shot did not hit him, but Araki's going to take it to do the chase. Adapt is going to try and body block and protect as much as he can, and that's exactly what he does for the spiders. The hog from the spider saves him, but now the Gold Fury is going to get contested still, and that's a problem because you can see Melito coming in to clean up, but the Gold Fury is going to go down, but at what cost?
At what cost? Max will be able to find Iraffer there, getting over aggressive with no health, and that's a critical mistake. His ult under control is staying afloat in this game. They're definitely on the back foot though.
Big blink of him Optics, followed by the epic uppercut. Groggy strike, he secures it. Regurgitate is out, trying to chunk down targets. And Melito does go down, immediately consumes a minion for the speed up, and leaves by the back of the tier 1 tower. Nice play, but Optics now going to look for the red buff, going to find that one available for himself as Sayo takes down these mid harpies. This game's backwards and forwards, and the gold is relatively even still.
So we'll be able to help Optics get that red buff, and they give it over to the mid laner. Optics with those CDR boots is now very hard to kill, as he's got such a short cooldown on that epic uppercut, taking off about 9 seconds, so it's 51. And likely we'll have a little bit more cooldown reduction later, maybe sooner, as he's already got the lost artifact in his inventory.
Amelito's gone for Heartseeker into Witchblade in his build right now, up against the standard Devourer's Gauntlet Warrior Tabby Rush that we normally see. He does like a little bit of movement speed, but he makes up for it because of the Heartseeker Witchblade, which does give you that movement speed back.
Yeah, I mean, in the trades it's interesting because you're not getting 30 damage. You get 6% more attack speed. Basically, the thing is he's gaining protection and losing a lot of damage.
Just dashed into a bad fight because Vulcan was waiting around the corner, but thanks to Rafa's boulder, does a lot of damage to Shabam, who rolls and doesn't roll in time for the Spirit Ball to connect. The Vulcan comes out, does not connect. Sylvanas is in trouble here as Amelito takes to the sky looking for the dump down. The Gratata connects, and now it looks like we might see a one trade down as Sio goes down. Amelito out of position, uses the moves to readjust. They should be able to disengage. Adapting's coming though. If they keep going to this, Adapting could turn this again.
Yeah, I mean, just enough range found from that Serenade Pakuza going on to Amelito, but Divine Judgment out onto the Spider. She doesn't have any escape as her ultimate is down, and that's the problem with Arachne. You can chase or you can run. You can't do both. You can't change your mind. You have to commit, and Pakuza getting punished there. Solo laner Dark Dota rotating over to mid just to cover a little bit, and Optics shadowing him.
A very messy game here, lots of fights breaking out all the time. Like you said, Optics shadowing Dark Dodo in mid lane. Dodo tries to go aggressive with the Butcher Blades, but immediately Optics just uses that Yawn Groggy Strike, denies the aggression once again. And that's all she wrote. Meanwhile, though, Adapting taking the speed buff away, and there's people in the area, they don't even know this is going on.
No, they don't. Speed buff is taken by Adapting. Blue will be going to alt under control, but Adapting's jungle presence is probably the biggest advantage for Got No fans right now, as Arachne just hasn't been able to keep up in a variety of different ways.
Doesn't like we've seen a double chins rush coming out from control once again. Arachne and Baka trying to do that. Back on the right side though, going to get contested at his blue buff, and I believe that was stolen away. We go just take pops into Optics, who immediately uses Epic Uppercut, followed by Throwback. He used Epic Uppercut before Throwback because of the cripple to get him out of the cripple range, so he could then throw back away. Nice play from Optics to stay alive once again in this matchup.
Yeah, but Baka's been able to take advantage, and now he's just farming. Will hopefully be going into chin sizes. He's going to need it to carve through the opposition. Shell 3 already out on Iraffer, which is worth mentioning, is it's just tanking up everyone so much, and he's actually going into a Witchblade, which doesn't make sense considering his ADC already has one.
That's the Witchblade. Well, Amelita's going to go aggressive onto Shabon here, using the moves to go back into him. Trade goes backwards and forwards between those two, but General just poking of hunters that you usually get to see. No plays happening just yet there. One go Fury down though.
It's a winged blade, not a Witchblade. Alright, I like that now. Sure, so the shell is basically covering for the lack of sovereignty if he uses it right, and this wing blade is just going to make Raffer so much more mobile that he's going to be able to effectively get more Earthbreakers.
That's true indeed. We'll see if he can actually make those Earthbreakers land, as Adapting takes a lot of poke in mid, dashes away immediately. The rotation in coming out from Arachne was making sure that wasn't going to happen. It looks like this tower on the right side might get some more pressure down onto it, but Optics rotating once again after clearing the wave. Needs to be careful of the rotation and realizes it.
On the right hand side, Optics has just been doing rather well in this solo lane, going for max CDR, so he's got very short cooldowns and everything, making him nearly unkillable thanks to the raw amount of self-peel and group peel he has. Going into team fights, while he might be a little bit squishy, he's not really starting the fight, so he can just keep Sio alive.
It's 97 right now, and Control, in fairness, are pretty much even in terms of golden experience. It's still a little bit of a lead in favour of Got No fans, but right now, this is still anyone's game. When these two chin size come online for Control, the damage swing is going to go crazy once again.
Yeah, it is, and Arachne does have a nice swing chain for chins in the middle lane. Max going down as Sio started to get rolling.
Where's Amelito going?
Your middle tower is under attack.
I have no idea. Now he's going onto the Sylvanas, but he's going to get rooted out and turning his gaze onto Shabon.
Oh, good Mez.
Mez, but rolling. Nice peel.
Yeah, good, but here comes Sai over the wall. The amazing Spirit Ball that does not connect if it did, but Rafa's not scared now. He feels he can take this up tower. He's not going to take up in time. Adapting comes on the back, cleans up. Now we're going to see an Earthbreaker into an ultimate coming out from Adapting as well to bring down the double kill. Gold Fury available right now. Sentry warded up, so there's no vision on the side of control. This is a free Gold Fury for Got No Fans.
Yeah, beautiful play from Sai when adapting there, just to find and basically salvage that kill. But unfortunately, the boulder just kind of was off to the side, rolling a strike there. Gold Fury will go down, and with that, Got No Fans find themselves up 3,000 gold, 7,000 experience at the 15-minute mark. Chins are done on Arachne, and will soon be done on Baka. He can actually back to finish those.
Well, bit of a lull in the action, as you can see. Got No Fans going back to base to spend that gold they just got themselves. Checking in with Emilito because his builds are crazy shenanigans most of the time of what we've seen, and he's got Witchblade and now Executioner finished for himself as well. Still not invested into boots, relying on the movement speed given by the Hot Seeker Witchblade combination. Sayo in mid lane has Rod of Tahuti and Magi's boots as well, so he's going to do a lot of burst damage with those Spirit Balls if they connect.
Yeah, that Rod of Tahuti rush is really hard to get to, but Saibani being able to cruise through the early game and having it in the mid game now is very scary, and will continue to have a really strong power curve thanks to the 25% increase on the magic power of all of his items. Will be interesting to see what he goes for next. Maybe a Book of Thoth just to really maximize that magic power. Here comes an engagement though, right at the little crevice, and looks like Robin's gonna be the target.
He is going to be targeted. He gets a double tap from that boulder as well from Rafa. Meanwhile, on the backside, Melito going in deep onto this Vulcan who's going to dive the tower. He's going to go down, manage to get out again. Spirit Ball not going to connect because the Earthbreaker does. Adaptive finds a kill onto Shabon, and now the whole team's going to try and pressure mid lane. From the corner, pinging out, Optics pinging out that. We're going to see Bakasora coming around, but there's a full minion wave. 4 healthy members of the team around here. Dodo's going to make a big play. He's pop sprint, he's pop regurgitate. He's going ham onto Sayo, who uses the silence. He gets chunked down. His attention turns to Adaptive from the shield. Saves his life for now. Bakasu does manage to find out Rafa, but Dodo, what can you do to stay alive now? Because Kumbakan is here, and a throwback epic uppercut.
And some both, indeed. Emilito finding the kill there and showing up at the perfect time. Will be pulled from the tower, but thanks to his Witchblade, does not take that much damage. Now Robin is going to fall as well, adapting, able to pick up that kill. Sylvanas, not really tanky at all in this game. He is just getting chunked real quick. 18-9, mid inner tower already down. 6,000 gold, 12,000 experience. Got No Fans, killing it.
I mean, realistically, the whole matchup of Hercules versus Sylvanas is what I discussed at the start of the game, correct? Is that Hercules should be able to abuse the fact that Sylvanas doesn't have much mobility.
Yeah.
And they've tried to do that over and over again. Look at the aggression they put onto him every time. And denying him so many opportunities to stay alive, it means they've not had the sustain from the Wisps, and it also means he's not been able to build his sovereignty yet, and that's why he's not tanky.
Emilito
What's
hates
next?
metas, and he's going Heartseeker, Witchblade, Executioner, Heavy Hammer. So weird combination of utility and mobility in this Hunter. It's like he's playing Neath on Apollo.
Will we see Emilito's build of Wills? That's the question.
No. I don't think so.
No?
I really
You
don't.
sure?
No.
I mean,
because
if we see one of
Cogred's
your
gonna play-
builds at Wills, then surely we're going to see, one of someone else's. Oh, left hand side though, Emilito with that crazy Emilito build trading off against Shabon. Level 18 versus level 15. He's only going to go one way when there's a full minion wave there. Now he's going to be able to pressure the next wave and the tower as well. I reckon he might have to come over here and help protect.
Yeah, Emilito is just so fed right now that he can do whatever he wants, and we'll be able to take that tower, potentially kill Savannah. He just doesn't really have that much damage right now. Pakusa showing up, so Emilito now in trouble. Will be forcing the ultimate and not going to fall there. Right-hand side, though, Baka forced to back off. 4 members of Got No Fans looking for Vulcan. Adapting will be able to do it with the help of Emilito. One last auto attack going over to the Hunter.
It was a good Vulcan, and it was a good rotation from Vulcan as well to try and support his team, but in doing so, he's the one that pays with his life, not Dodo. Epic uppercut, no use, and now Dodo could be in trouble. Has to regurgitate to try and burst down, but driving strike from Rapid secures it. All coming out from Sylvanas, but that's all she wrote for him as the Spirit Block connects with Optics. On the backside, though, the Iraqi does take down Sayo, and going to chase onto who's going to be the target. Is the question, is he going to be adapted? He's changed his mind. He's just going to hang around and wait patiently for backup to arrive. Ow.
Yeah, and he needs it. Shaban is here.
Body block.
Shaban doesn't really have that much damage. It's fine though. Fukuza does. Shaban will be able to find the kill, and now Optics is in a lot of trouble.
Chins.
Adapting from the backside. Can he take this fight? Finding Fukuza, and now... Oh man, he forgot about the passive.
He forgot about the passive. He does find the last snipe, but Kumbhakana lives on, ladies and gentlemen. Solo Kumbhakana and Emelito builds of doom is what we're seeing today. Good Mez, good blink in from Vulcan though, trying to peel off Emelito off his AD carry. Now Emelito still trying to trade back using the heavy hammer to provide the slows as much as possible. Will he be able to find a kill is the question, using the moves to get out once again. The ult comes in from Adapson on the backside. He did take a tower shot. The shield was used but didn't heal him up too much. But Sylvanas is just too low, and there's the pick up a cut. Landing once again from Optics is Kumbhakana. Meatball does not hit Adapson on the backside, but he does die to the tower.
Emelito's gonna have some trouble up against Dark Dodo unless he can get that kite right. And look, he's firing an auto attack, repositioning, firing an auto attack, etc., etc. Now he's gonna go up in the ult, probably just leave.
No. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Go
no, he's just dipping.
Speed,
Yeah,
Gold
speed
Fury.
buff, dude.
Yeah, why not?
Who needs a
That's-
gold for speed buff?
That's what you do is Apollo all the time. You're like, you're in the air, there's nowhere to go. I'll just roam the map and check buffs before I land. It looks like Back is going to try and turn up here to try and defend this one, but too little too late. Raf is here in support. Emilio's been a bit too greedy here. He's up against double chins. This is risky. This is risky.
He'll be fine, dude. He's a tank. He can kite. He's got a Smithy's hammer. Yeah, he's fine. He is. Emelito is baiting everyone all the time. Like, what they need to do is just not look at him and kill everybody else, because Emelito is fast, he's slippery, and he's tanky. What he doesn't really do is that much damage, so it's just kill everybody else and then deal with him later.
Adapting now, Divine still diving in against Shaban, has to dash back out. Good Earthbreaker coming out from Rafa. It's not often we get to say that in this game, but that time it was. And now they can reposition for the Gold Fury. 22 minutes in, 23,000 experience, 10,000 gold lead, and that's before the Gold Fury gets started.
Gold Fury getting started here, adapting inside will be able to kill it. Emelito showing up as well. Not electing to finish items. Last item, Lifesteal. I'm betting a Soul Reaver just because of the way things are going with this build.
Silly, you can't buy Soul Reaver on physical gods.
Not Soul
crap.
Reaver, Soul Eater. Soul Eater, Soul Eater.
Oh crap! Can we get? That's embarrassing. Man. I mean, you create these crazy builds that people think are good when they're really not, and then you try and tell us that we can buy magical on physical
I'm
crap,
sorry.
please.
Do you have a
Please.
Kuma build named after you?
I don't need a Kumba build named after me. That's
Yeah,
the
you're right. They
difference
just
between me and
basically
you.
got off of you.
I don't. There's a god based off me, Bacchus, so it's fine. I win the game
No,
again.
Kuma's more based off you.
Right hand side, the tier 2 tower is going to drop down to Emelito and his amazing Smithy's hammer. Heavy hammer, executioner, witchblade, Heartseeker, going for Devourer's Gauler's possibility or Soul Eater. The tier 2 tower does fall, and now
Can
they're going
we
to
get a straw
reposition for the
poll?
Fire Giant.
In chat and just see what you guys think, whether it's going to be the Soul Eater or it's going to be, I guess, Bloodforge or Devourer's Gauntlets.
Someone will cheat and whisper him. That's what will happen. Someone will cheat and whisper and go, yeah, Emelito, what was your last item? Let me know.
Well, but
Blinking
it's a
in
vote.
from Optics,
But it's
though,
a vote.
looking for a play. But a play is what he's going to find on his own. He's actually going to have to use the Epic Uppercut to burst damage onto Shaban.
Yeah, Soul Reaver. Soul
Chronos
Reaver plus
Pendant.
Epic Uppercut.
Remember, Chronos Pendant plus Shoes of Focus. If you want to try out your solo Kumbhakana games, I'd advise you to try it though, guys. Try and make sure you're up against some of these assassins in this lane.
And also in your European ranked games, not North American. Fire Giant, yeah, was able to take down Emelito, who is
Well-
taking it.
He was the tank of the team, was Emelito,
Uh-huh.
with that Smithy's hammer. However, if he would have gone for the full Rune-Forged hammer, he may have survived that situation. Unfortunately, not there in that one. Curse Gauntlet's online crap. Curse
And no
Gauntlet's
Soul Eater. No Soul Eater. I'm a little disappointed here. Dark Dodo is diving the tower. He wants Raffer, but his ult's going to run out. Pulled back in.
Uh-oh.
Driving Strike not available yet. Here comes the ROM, but They're trying
And
to
on the
kill
back,
Hercules.
They're also trying to kill Adapting, chasing him through the jungle. The blinking from Vulcan doesn't find the meatball. Pakusa's trying to speed himself up, using the spiders to tangle his web. The shield, though, is actually going to heal up Adapting, and in the end, Araki lost that trade. Use of Lawrence is still there, but there's nothing more going to come of that for now. 30 to 12. 27,000 experience, 14,000 gold lead, and a fire giant on 4 members. Left hand side, though, Adapting, still fighting.
Yeah, he's stunned out. Will be forced up in the air from that Sylvanas. Pakusa just doesn't have anything to chase him. And here's the thing: this team composition got no fans. So slippery Vulcan will fall there. All right, so you got Nemesis, Kumba, Hercules, all hard to kill. You got Apollo, hard to kill. Then you build him tanky, so he's really hard to kill with a heavy hammer and sprint. He can kite you all day. And then there's Isis, who packs a lot of CC, has a nice defensive ultimate, and a combat blink. Who do you target?
What you do is you target the one person on the team that does not have a Witchblade crap. That's what you do. The one person on the team that does not have a Witchblade. That's the weakness right now. That person needs a Witchblade.
I feel like Witchblade could use a little bit of a nerf.
4
I don't know why.
Witchblades. That's the way to deal with it. Optics with the Epic Uppercut. The Isis Spirit Ball does connect to the landing. Blinded thanks to the beats. The boulder connects onto Araki, forcing the ultimate out for her to disengage. Regurgitate comes out. They're looking for Sayo, the one without the Witchblade, but they can't find it because the body blocking from Rafa was real, and Adapting comes in, cleans it up on the backside. It looks like the passive has been popped for Optics again. Optics, you will now die for the second time. The body blocks.
Too soon on the Vulcan ult. They're trying to get the Vulcan ult to kill Optics when he stood up, but yeah, Rafa with the body blocks helping out there, forcing everyone back. Emilito on the left-hand side will take that tower eventually. The Phoenix can die a little bit more imminently as Adapting is here. Optics as well, zoning off, forcing back low on health, and does not have his passive, but he does have the burst damage, as that is a very low and dead Vulcan. Combat blink used, but it'll get a kill, so it's totally worth it. Left tower goes down, and now it's just the Phoenixes, just the Titan, and a Rom. Rapper's low on health, but Shaban just forced back in the fountain, and it looks like this game is going to go to Got No Fans.
Does look like this one is going to be over. They're slowly bringing it down, working on all the Phoenixes at the same time. Rafa's going to find that Earthbreaker, and that is a dead Shaban. As Adapting rolls in to clean up that kill. It's like waiting for the end now, unfortunately. That's the thing.
There's just so many Witchblades, man. I can't get it. Oh! Optics able to get into the fountain. Knew he had no way out, so you might as well take a little bath in the fountain. Boulder coming through. Will kill Pakusa with the help of Emilito and his ultimate. Dark Dodo in the well, healing up. All 3 Phoenixes are down. This Titan will die eventually. Circle protection pops. Pulled out. Not enough burst damage. Sayo will fall. Messing around a little bit too much.
I think they might actually all die for that. Now Rafa will escape. Adapting is coming back in. Dodo does not have his ultimate available on this back of Sora, and now he's going to rock into Rafa again, looking for the kill, trying to find Emilito, who's juking out. Meanwhile, though, on the backside, Adapting does take out that Vulcan, and now we may see the back of Sora fall for a deicide again. But don't worry, Sylvanas is back up. There's another potential deicide available if they can find another couple of kills.
This Titan has reset quite a few times and is now getting rather high in health, up to 81% when it was below 50, I think.
6 Witchblades. 6. On 10 gods, there's 6 Witchblades.
The only thing more common is beads. Wait, is it? 1, 2. No! There's more Witchblades than beads!
There's more Witchblades in this game than beads. The actually most interesting thing is the only physical god that does not have it is Rama. And he could potentially be building it right now. I'm just saying.
No, well, no, that builds into a different thing, but I mean, he could build it now.
He could still go into it. Well, the defense of the Ancients has begun for Controlled. All 3 Phoenixes are down. We're all sat around patiently waiting to see whether or not they can get themselves back into this game. They did beat Aquila earlier on. This is game 1 of a best of 3 as well, don't forget, so we will see another one. But the interesting thing is this could be a sign of worlds crack. SK or Aquila? Well, Aquila lost to Control and Got No Fans beat SK. So, if Got No Fans wins, SK win worlds. If Control wins, Aquila win worlds, right?
Max finding a nice kill onto Isis there will pay for it with his life, but that's worth. I honestly, dude, I don't even know I'm so confused.
He's
Optic
genius. Optic's
diving.
gonna
He
die.
wants the kill. He's not going to get it.
The
Are
boulder
we
will.
seeing a throw? Oh, Boulder will not. Rom able to get up in the air. Curse is dropped. Adapting. Worst
Throw
away.
boys.
He wants this kill. Soda's Rapper.
Throw
Gonna get
boys.
it on landing. It's not Throw Boys yet. But
Well,
it's not
Emily
far
took
off
his hit.
either.
He's low on mana. Raph is getting chunked down by Bacchus or Arachne combination of doom. But now Adapting's back in there using the shield to prevent the damage and dash back out before Arachne jumps back down. Now they continue to pressure. The Earthbreaker comes out once again, and the Sylvanas is going to pay the ultimate iron price.
87% on this Titan here, but there's so many fire minions and so little wave clear on these two characters. I honestly think Got No Fans could have just left and still killed the Titan. It will not be a throw. It will be a win. 43-16, 30 minutes in. Got No Fans up 1-0 in this best of 3 in the finals of the last weekly of your weeklies for Smite's 2014 season.
Weekly. Guys, we'll be right back with game 2. Once these guys get themselves into picks and bans, we'll see if Control can get themselves back into it and tie this one up.